Hi students, welcome to first year commerce class. We are in a very important lesson, sources of business finance. In my previous class I have explained you about the importance of this lesson and we have discussed the significance of business finance. Why do we require finance? We require finance to purchase fixed assets of a company. We require finance to pay day-to-day expenses. We require for diversification. We require for growth and expansion. We require for payment of liabilities. Like that, we require money for various reasons. Now, in this class, we are going to understand, we are going to learn where do we get all these funds. Okay. Say, if a business is started by an individual person under, say, sole proprietorship, or maybe group of few people partnership. If a enterprise is owned and run by individual or few people, they will contribute the money or they may borrow from their banks, because they require a little amount of capital for establishment and management of their business organization. But when you start a business organization on large scale basis, we require huge sums of money. Large amount of capital is required when you establish a very big business concern like company. The other day we have discussed about the requirement of finance based on the structure, organizational structure, while discussing about the setting up of company. Based on the organizational structure, we have to complete the legal formalities. Whether you are starting a sole proprietorship or partnership or a company, that decides your amount of capital. Clear? So, when we go for a company already we have discussed about its features, merits and demerits. Remember one important aspect in terms of from the point of view of commerce first year, that if you do not have the previous knowledge, it will become difficult to understand the next topics. That is the reason you students have to go through the textbook. Okay, intermediate first year commerce, I hope all of you have got this textbook. So, chapter wise you should go on learning, read the introduction part, try to understand that. Just like a TV serial, just if you watch the video and you don't remember the previous concepts, you will struggle to understand the next topics, because the commerce concepts will just go step by step. If you do not have the foundation, you can't reach the first floor. Okay. So, first step you have to be strong, then only you can move to the second. Second you need to be fixed, then we can move to the third one. Without having any knowledge about the basics and stepwise concept knowledge, it becomes very difficult to understand the high level concepts of commerce. So, here we will be talking about company. So, if you don't know what is a company, you will not understand business finance. Okay. As you know that already we have discussed about companies, various kinds of companies. Okay. How do they come up? Who are promoters? Okay. Then we have learnt features, merits, demerits. After all these discussions, we have learnt that company is the association of large number of people. The company requires large amount of capital, so they procure that capital from more number of persons. So, the people who provide capital to the company in the form of shares are called as shareholders. If they contribute capital for debentures, they will become debenture holders. Various financial institutions are there. So, like that they have to procure funds from different ways. So, that we are going to learn in this class today. Okay. In the lesson business finance, today's topic is classification of sources of funds. Classification of sources of funds, or the same may be asked as types of business finance. Same question may be asked, very important, for 10 marks. The same question can be asked in this manner. Types of business finance. What are the various types of business finance? Is also the same question. Okay. So in order to understand the source of funds, you must know that funds is nothing but the amount of capital. Already we have discussed in the previous class that why do we require capital? It's very simple, ma. Without capital, you cannot do anything in a business organization. Whatever the organization may be, whether it is a school or college or a hospital or a bakery or a hotel or a simple educational institution like tutorial or a medical shop or a giant multinational company, whatever you take. Clear? So, capital is required to organize and to run the business organization. Suppose you are establishing a junior college. What do you require? You require some piece of land, you have to construct a building, or you take on lease or rent. You require furniture like benches, tables, office tables, cupboards. You require computers. You require fans, tube lights, boards, etc. Then every month you have to pay salaries to lecturers, etc. You have to pay internet bill, you have to pay electricity bill, you have to pay water bill. Then only the college will run. No? So for every activity to be performed in your organization, you require capital. So if you start your activities, then by providing goods or service, we will get back our money. Okay. Say for example, initially the college has established by spending some 30-40 lakhs. So after its establishment, it starts receiving money from the students in the form of fees. Similarly, when you start a company, initially you have to spend lot of money for purchasing of machinery, for purchasing of land, furniture, etc., payment towards material suppliers, payment of wages to workers, salaries to employees. When all these things are done, you will be able to produce goods. Then you will sell the goods in the market, then you will get back money. So it is a cycle. First you invest, then you will get back the money. So when you require large amount of capital, from where you have to procure? That is the question. What are the various kinds? What do you call it as? Okay. So here, the types of funds, the amount of capital, the business finance, is divided into first 3 categories. Okay. First of all, according to time period. First, business finance is categorized into 3 types on the basis of time period. Period means time. On the basis of time period or just time. Okay. Means for how much duration you require money. After how many years you will be able to repay. That is called time period. So on the basis of time period, business finance is categorized, classified into 3. First one is long-term finance. Very important. What do you mean by long-term finance? When we take capital and we will repay that after 5 years. Okay, when the amount of loan is taken, promising that it will be repaid after 5 years, then it is called as long-term finance. That's what the definition I have mentioned here. The capital, amount of capital taken for a period of exceeding 5 years. So we will not be able to repay the loan within 5 years. We will require more than 5 years. Means we take 7 years, we take 20 years, 15 years also. Because we take huge amount of capital as loan, okay, from various financial institutions or in the form of shares, in the form of debentures, long-term loans from banks. So The time period is decided at the time of receiving of loan only. Clear? So when we apply, then only we will mention we require 100 crores as long-term finance. So the bank will understand that we are going to repay that amount for a period of exceeding 5 years. So we may take 7 years, we may take 10 years, we may take 12 years, 15 years to pay back that entire amount of loan. So giving back, payment means giving back that amount of capital we take more than 5 years, then it is called as long-term finance. Then medium-term finance. Medium-term finance means when a finance is taken for a period of 1 year and 5 years, means 1 to 5. You will pay after 1 year but less than 5 years. Within 1 year you will not be able to complete the loan. Okay, generally this medium term finance is taken for working capital or for purchasing of new assets. So we will take 1 to 5 years to repay this loan. We will not be able to repay within 1 year. Okay, but after 1 year we start repaying, and by 5 years we have to complete the loan. That is what called as medium term finance. Then short term finance means the loan is to be repaid within 1 year. The amount of capital you have taken from whoever, in the next topic we will be learning. Who will provide you long term finance, who will provide you medium term finance, that is called as sources of business finance. Okay, various sources of business finance that we discuss later. So here we are understanding only types. So we are dividing the funds means the capital required for the business organization into various categories. First we are dividing on the basis of time period. Long term when it is exceeding the period of 5 years, medium term for a period of 1 to 5 years, and the last one short term means not exceeding 1 year. Within 1 year you have to repay. So generally this is taken for maintenance of day-to-day expenses like payment of salaries, or for that small amount of loan we take from the nearest commercial banks, or we may take low advance from our customers. So then we will be able to repay that amount within 1 year because it is very small amount. Next, on the basis of ownership. Okay, what do you mean by ownership? Who is the owner? The individual who invests capital and taking the risk of business uncertainty, and will take profits only when the business has given him profits, and is ready to bear the loss also. He is called as owner. So owner is an individual who promotes a organization and will enjoy the profits in the time of profitability. At the same time, he will bear the loss, if any, arised out of the business activities. Means he will enjoy both profit or bear the loss according to the situation. That means he is a person, owner is a person who is the risk bearer. What is the risk? Fear of loss. Many times in the commerce class I have discussed, I have explained you. But business is not guaranteed of profit every time. Sometimes we may incur losses also. As your goods are not able to be sold in the market, or like COVID, something has adversely affected your business. So what happened in this 2020? Many business organizations are closed because their expectations did not go in the right manner. Nobody expected that COVID will affect us. So around 3 to 4 months we had lockdown. So business activities are not running up. So quite naturally we lose so many business opportunities, and we will not be able to sell our goods, or will not be able to provide services. So naturally we incur heavy loss. So sometimes it happens. So owner should be ready to bear that loss also. So very simple. On the basis of ownership, the funds are categorized into only two types: owner's funds and borrowed funds. Owner's funds means the amount of capital contributed by owners. Amount of funds contributed by owners. Who are the owners? Shareholders. Okay. Amount of funds contributed by owners means owners are nothing but shareholders. This is called as owners funds. Borrowed funds. Borrowing means we borrow the loan. So the person who has provided the loan to us is not bothered about our profit or loss. He should be paid interest. For example, you take loan from bank for construction of your house. Okay. And you have taken say 10 lakhs rupees. Recently flood affected, your house got damaged. Suppose if you say that, sir, our house got damaged, we cannot repay the installment, will the banker be quiet? No. Whether your house is flood affected, you lost everything, whether you have got job or not, you have to pay that installment. Because you have borrowed, bank is not the owner of the house, you are the owner. So you will bear the risk. Okay. Similarly, for management of any business, if you borrow money that is from the outsiders, they are not bothered about profit. Even though you are earning profit, you will not be giving them the share in profits. Whereas that share is enjoyed by the profit, share in the profit is enjoyed by the owners in the form of dividend. But the outsiders from whom you borrow money, they are not going to bear any loss, or they are not going to demand any share in the profit. They have to be paid interest. Okay, I hope all of you know the interest. Okay, on 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, whatever the amount you have borrowed, they will calculate. So whether you earn profits or incur heavy losses, you have to pay. So borrowed funds means amount of funds borrowed from outsiders, or say from banks or financial institutions on this you will be paying the interest. These people are not bothered about profit or loss. At the end of every year you have to pay them interest. Whether you made 100 crores of profit or 200 crores of loss, उनको मतलब नहीं है. So that amount of funds are called as borrowed funds. Borrowed means कर्जा लेना, promising that you will pay at a later stage. Next, on the basis of generation. Generation means procuring. How you are, okay, generation means giving birth. So from where you are taking. Suppose if the funds are generated within the organization, it is called as internal source. What will be the within the organization? That your past profits, that is called as plowing back of profits or retained earnings, we discuss later in detail. Then your reserves. So internally within your organization, if you arrange money, that is called internal sources. If you get from outside people like shareholders, debenture holders, again from various bankers, that is called as external sources. Okay. So if the money is arranged, the amount of capital is arranged within the organization, it is called as internal sources. If that capital is arranged from the outsiders by giving shares or by issuing debentures, by taking a bank loan, if you get capital, that is called as external sources. So for every category we have got different sources. So that we discuss in the next class.